Zombies can handle straight lines pretty well, so I gave them angles. Let's see how well they can fight geometry. How you doing? I'm Rebel, and welcome back to 7 Days. Today I'm building a diagonal pathway base designed to break their ankles and brains. No more sprinting straight at me. They'll be forced to zigzag slip and hopefully swan dive right off the edge before they even get close. Let's get this crooked masterpiece underway. So I started messing around with different angled blocks, and I just couldn't find ones that the zombies reliably took as a pathway. I never really thought of using the wedges on their side. If you actually take a look, I can show you. These are two different wedge pieces that are pushed together. So there's one and there's the other. So like it kind of just goes that way the entire way through, where it's two different style wedges that are just kind of formed together to make a pathway. I've tried multiple different blocks to try to get this to work. I found that the standard wedge block placed on its side works the best. I came up with a pretty generic plan of a base. This is just my testing. This is just to see what worked and what didn't. So if I stand over here, if I build a bunker and get their zombie attention, they climb up the ladder, and no problem pathway whatsoever. I don't want to completely nullify Horde Night. That's just boring. I have to make it so that it's easier for them to navigate. And by doing that, I would get rid of this to this and just put in standard blocks. So if they have an easier time with... Now they're having a hard time with the first fall. Of course they are. There you go. Yeah, I might end up just using standard whole blocks, because if you use anything other than the whole blocks, they just seem to almost fall 90% of the time. She's almost fallen on that one. I don't know, we might mess around with it a little bit. Something like that. I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but I'm looking for something that knocks the zombies off, I would say half the time. So spawn in a couple feral Arlenes, get their attention, destroy these blocks because they don't belong there. She just jumped right off. So she made it halfway. Come on, get up. Don't go in to destroy everything. I knew it. See, that's like 100% success rate that they fall. And that's not what I'm looking for. I don't want to nullify Horde Night because that just makes it boring. I mean, while that is a low-cost zombie dropper base, that's not what I'm looking for. So after watching these zombies cycle multiple times, I mean, I could literally just stand here all day and not have to worry even a little bit about these zombies getting me. They just, when they reach this point right here, it's like completely nullifies their ability. And I'm using the super digger gun to regain their attraction. All right, I found this cube 1/4 side centered. So it's kind of like the pole side centered, but it is a lot bigger. Let's see how that does. How you doing, ladies? You gonna have an easier time with this? She made it. That's good. Two of them made it. She went in destroy everything mode. Okay, I think that'll work. All right, now that we have a concept and idea of something that works, let's start the big build. I can't take credit for the idea. Craig Sewell gave me the idea of building a pathway because I was tired of using, not tired of using it, but I wanted to do something different other than the pole side centered bases, like the standard stairway up to a pole side centered to my bunker. It just gets a little repetitive doing it that way. So I figured if I started building a base that didn't use that, that's the hard part, because it is so effective, we could add a little variety. Obviously, the pole side centered is so popular for a reason. It's because it works. I have no problem with that. I don't want it to get too repetitive. So let me get the loot organized that I'm not going to use for the build put away and organized, and then we'll get back to building up this base. Oh, I also have a drawing that I built specifically for this. I'm probably not going to follow it to a T, just because this is more of a concept base than something that I have planned out. I think what I'm going to end up doing is 3 wide. Yeah, let's go 3 wide. I'm going to follow somewhat of the base, like the stairway is going to be this way, and my fighting position is going to be this way. So it's kind of similar, but not exactly. And because a lot of zombies are going to be falling off the edge, we're going to need to make sure that our stairway up is massive. All right, stairway is finally built. Now just to build the rest of the base. It is still way too early to tell, but I have a feeling that this isn't going to work exactly as I planned. 15 tall, 16 wide. That'll work. Just need to fill in the rest of those blocks. So the old mechanic used to be an 11 block fall, and that would keep them going into destroy everything mode. And recently with the new 2.0 update, I'm not sure when they did it, but I think it was the whole 2.0 update. They changed it from an 11 block fall to a 15 block fall, and if the zombies don't take a 15 block fall, they go into destroy everything or take damage when they hit the ground. They go into destroy everything mode. And if this base was only 13 blocks tall, anytime the zombies fall, they would go into destroy everything mode, and we can't have that. While I'm building this out, I had a quick favor to ask you guys, and it's not really a favor, it's more of suggestions. So I've been itching to play some horror games. I don't know why, because I don't really get scared at horror games. I keep going back and forth of whether or not I want to play them or even record them on the channel. I might just play them in my downtime, but I don't really get scared at horror games. And that's where I need your help. I need you guys to help me find a horror game that is terrifying. It takes a lot in a horror game to terrify me. So I'll give you an example. I played Madison, I think it was last year. As soon as I find the right block, I can focus on what I'm trying to say. There we go. So I played Madison last year, and good game. The atmosphere was amazing in the game, but I just didn't find it all that scary. There was like 1 or 2 parts in the game that I was like, ooh, this got my blood pressure going. Nothing really did it for me. The jump scares didn't really get me. The timed scares didn't really get me. It was good. It just wasn't scary. Nothing made me like, nothing made me jump. All right, let me take a minute and tell you about what I'm looking for. I can actually focus. So I'm looking to play a horror game, and I want it to be obviously realistic. I want it to be lifelike. The graphics have to be good. The voxel-based games, the little pixelated games, they're not gonna do it for me. That just will not scare me. I've tried millions of those games. Nothing works. So I've played Autopsy Simulator. I would say Autopsy Simulator scared me more than Madison did. The jump scares, I believe, were better in Autopsy Simulator than Madison. And the storyline of Madison didn't really do it for me. The story of Madison didn't really grab me. It was about a kid. I don't know if the kid was possessed. Like, the kid's grandma died, and then there was the kid's grandma that was haunting you, along with this other character named Blue Knees that was haunting you. And I'm not gonna spoil anything or give it away, but it just wasn't, it didn't fit what I was wanting from a horror game. So long story short, I am looking for recommendations for horror games that are absolutely sure to scare me. With Halloween being right around the corner, right last week, I'm just looking for something for a little fun. So, if anybody out there has any suggestions for good horror games, I am all ears. Now, with that being said, even if it's not a horror game, I just want to know if there's any other games that you guys would like to see me play. But I want to expand a little bit. I want to break out of doing just 7 days. I'd like to eventually play more than just 7 days. But at the same time, I understand that the majority of you guys want just 7 days. So 7 days isn't going anywhere. It's not like I'm gonna be getting rid of 7 days anytime soon. That looks really funky. I love it. It's just that I'd like to see something a little bit different on the channel. That's all. I would like to play more games. I'd like to do more things. So I was thinking about doing a couple different games on the channel, specifically Subnautica. I still want to do a full playthrough of Subnautica just because I am terrified of not necessarily the water. I'm not, like, in real life, I'm not scared of water at all. I'm actually a fish. But I would like to do something that is slightly out of my comfort zone. But by no means am I thinking about getting rid of 7 days. This game will probably be a staple on the channel forever. The reason why I haven't played Subnautica, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. You probably have. Neebs Gaming already did Subnautica, and I really don't think that there's a way to top it. Not that I think I'm competing with Neebs Gaming or anything like that. Those guys are leagues above my level of skill. So if you have any suggestions of any games whatsoever, drop them in the comments and I will definitely take a look at them. Doesn't guarantee I will play them on the channel, but I will 100% take a look at them. I haven't completed the base yet. I'm still a ways away, but this is what I came up with so far. It is just a giant zigzag pathway that's gonna force the zombies to walk on diagonal lines all the way. I'm trying to really focusing here, try not to fall. So I can make it. Let's see if the zombies can. How you doing? Yeah, see, this is the problem. They're coming straight over. The pathway is too long for them to care about it. Where is it at? There's gonna be a point. Right here. Let's see how they do from here, because I might have to stop this base right at this point and go into my pathway, because if they're not willing to make their way all the way across that, and then if that is the case, I'm gonna have to change some things up. And nobody has fallen yet. Ooh, this could be bad. So right here, it seems like they are not having an issue with the stairs. They're not having an issue with the pathway. They're all forming up. I might have to change something up in here somewhere. I think all of this back pathway here is going to be garbage, though. Thank you. Oh, I didn't want to have to delete this whole thing, but I don't think we have a choice. Yep. You too. Yep. I know. Come on, let's go. Alright, so let's see if that small little change did anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only see 4. Didn't I spawn in 5? Yeah, 5. There's one behind the stairs. 1 fell. 2 fell. Hello. How you doing? Welcome. All right, good. Some of them are falling. That was the whole point of this, is I don't want them all to be rushing me all at the same time, but I also don't want them all to be falling either. This isn't supposed to be like an AFK base. This is just supposed to be a difficult to navigate base, that's all. All right, so I ran this test a few more times off camera, just because you get boring and repetitive watching the same zombies come up and follow the path over and over again. And on average, it was 2 out of 5 fell the first time, 1 out of 5 fell the second time, 2 out of 5 the third, 2 out of 5 the fourth, and 3 out of 5 the fifth. That's exactly 2 out of 5 is the average. So I think that might about do it. I'm trying to make their pathway in the zigzag. So the majority of zombies came up, and typically one always fell right here, and then they would make their way around, and then the other ones would usually fall like right in somewhere in this area here. So there was one right over there on average, one right over here on average, and then the low was on this one. It was this pathway right here that they would dip, and then sometimes they would make it and sometimes they wouldn't. It's time to build our pathway or our bunker. All right, I think the bunker's built up enough. We got our escape route. I need to build a ladder down, but we got our escape route. We got their pathway built. The bottom is solid. Let's throw in some zombies just to make sure that they still pathway to us inside the bunker. That's what I was afraid of. So what would happen if we destroyed one pillar? If I have to, I'm going to switch this back over to scaffolding ladders, because I think the scaffolding ladders are more reliable than the V2 rails. V2 rails are great because it lets a little bit of them squeeze through, but on their own, it's not as good as the scaffolding ladders, I think. No. Not yet. I'm not ready for you. Turn on AI. Give a shot so that they know where I'm at. Detach the camera. It looks like they're all coming up. Nobody's beating away at the foundation. Getting rid of that one barrier is actually what's going to do it. There's 2 that fell, 3 that fell, and the 3 that fell are circling around back to the start. All right, now we just need to paint it and send in the horde. All right, so I'm in the middle of painting this, and this one block does not want anything to do with being painted. I tried to get every single angle. For whatever reason, that one block won't get painted, so that one block is staying unpainted. We got spikes on our roof. We got our ladder down. We got our fighting position fixed with the scaffolding ladders. Everything's all painted up, looking nice. Get my inventory organized, and then we'll send in the horde. All right, I think we're good. We got enough ammo for an army, whole bunch of 9mm, shotgun, 44, 7.62, the cast, concrete, repair kits, first aid, yucca juice, bacon and eggs, a spear, a club, pistol, 44, auto shotty, SMG, tactical assault rifle, and the lever action rifle, first aid bandages, and a nail gun. I put some lanterns down along their pathway just so we can see a little bit better. Other than that, no electrics, although this base would be highly beneficial with them already falling off with the electric fence posts. Or some other form of trap, spinning blade trap that makes them spin, stun them, whatever. But yeah, this base would highly benefit from some form of trap right at the end or right at the start. Let's turn creative mode off, dev mode off. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I always forget something. What am I forgetting? I think it's too late. Let's start up Horde night. Set time, day 70, 21:58. Here goes nothing. Welcome to the Crooked Corridor Horde Base. I really hope this works. Ooh, they're all forming in. Of course. Before they even get to my position, they automatically just start spitting at me. Come on, I can get them. Got him. Ha. Birds, have fun with the spikes. Cop, you got it coming to you, buddy. No. Walked right into that one. This right here, this bar does not protect me from cop spit. The 2 bars on each side don't protect me from cop spit at all. Down you go. So far, so good. I don't think anybody's beating away at the foundation down there. This is keeping it manageable. Most of them are falling off. Some of them are making it through. I missed. Sir. Doing some yoga? Gotta remember to stay right here. Where's that cop at? There's one. I don't think that was the one that spat at me, though. Lumberjack. Joe, get out of here. More lumberjacks. How you doing, buddy? I just killed your brother. I've seen some interesting comments on... I don't know if it was Reddit or I don't know if it was Twitter. Hey, a white. I still have that habit. They were saying that their Horde nights are just never ending. And I think it has to do with their day-night cycle. So when 2.4 came around, it automatically reset everybody. Man, I'm taking hits. It reset everybody's day-night cycle to 12 hours. If the Horde night starts at 10 p.m., it doesn't stop until 10 a.m. Man, we are taking some damage here. So I think that's what's going on with the Horde nights. No. I'm gonna use a health kit because I'm running low on health already. Sir, you gotta go, buddy. You're spitting on me. Thank you. He fell. But now he's gonna spit at me, I bet. Stand back from the wall. Stand back a little bit just so that he can't get me. He can't shoot me from the ground. Let my health build up just a little bit. Now, the downside to this base is there is only one barrier between me and the zombies, so I have to make sure that I'm on top of the repairs. Yeah, see, that one was halfway already. Where'd that cop go? He must have fallen. Back away from the wall. So he can't see me from the floor and spit up at me. I see a demo moving in. Demos are never good. Come on, buddy. I don't know how that was like the easiest demo I've ever beat. Somebody just stopped cop from hitting me. Where is he? Did he fall? That's a cop right there. He fell. Good. And blew up. Hold some of you guys up. Hey! Sir, I didn't see you make it all the way through. It's almost 1 a.m. These zombies are regulated pretty well. There's not too many coming at me at one time. Barely any coming at me at one time, to be honest. The biggest concern is the cops. And I could very easily block off my pathway. So I could block off this entire area here with blocks rather than the scaffolding ladders. I only did this so that we could see better. But yeah, block this whole area off with regular blocks, and cops will see you even less. Down you go. Darlene, have a nice fall. That cop just does not want to stay on the pathway. He's just constantly falling. Ah! I wasn't ready. Ma'am, go away. Hey, we got a biker in town. No, thank you, sir. I appreciate it, but I don't need you here in my base. You're a bully. Yeah, eat that bar. Now get out of here. Disappear. Bye. Go away. Thank you. Arlene, always pleasure. Skater. You know, one thing I will say is none of the big zombies, minus the demo, have made it here yet. We haven't had a bowler or a tourist, whatever you want to call them. You gonna make it all the way? Give you a free... Nope, he didn't make it. I was gonna give him a free pass. No mamas, no bowlers, no cops. None of the bigger zombies have made it all the way through here. The biker and the demo is the biggest ones we got. Yeah, I think what's happening is the bowlers and the bigger zombies, they're so big, he gets a free pass. See if he makes it. But the bigger zombies are having a hard time. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Having a hard time. Yeah, he fell. They're having a hard time with the turns, and they're also holding up all of the rest of the zombies. So the only time a zombie makes it through is when they're not being held up by the fast zombies, or by the slow zombies. So like these guys should make it. At least one of them. Hi. White. How you doing, buddy? No, don't fall. Darn it. We got a mama out in front with an Arlene behind her. Bet you mama falls. Just getting pushed. Or they're just gonna run around. There goes mama. She fell. Ah! Wasn't ready for you, sir. I was firing into the crowd. Thank you, though. Big guy. Bye. Mama, are you gonna make it? Can't shoot. Gotta let... Mama made it all the way. Your reward? Shotgun to the face. Thank you. No. Bye-bye. Have a nice fall. Double check to make sure everything's reloaded here. I think my repairs are good. I don't have to worry about that too much. As long as they're not beating away at the foundation, which I haven't heard a single block break. Can't really see down there that well. But I haven't heard a single block break. Haven't had any issues whatsoever with that. And it's been pretty slow. Sir. There's Horde Knight. Thank you all for joining me in this test. I appreciate it. You guys have all been amazing. Your service is much appreciated, but now you can all go away. And that is how you weaponize geometry. The crooked corridor stood strong. The zombies slipped, tripped, and yeeted themselves into oblivion just trying to reach me. If you got ideas on how to make this base even more chaotic, drop them in the comments. Maybe we add more ramps. Maybe we add electricity. Maybe we even give them a little bit of hope. And then take it away. If you like this concept, you know the rest of the deal. Like, share, comment, subscribe, notification bell. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace. I'm out of here.